Hey everyone. Good morning. This is Tanya. By the time I upload this, it will be Monday. So I hope you all had a good weekend, a good week. Um, I know I did. I had a better week, and I'm very thankful for that. So I hope you all did as well. But I wanted to come on here and just give a quick word of encouragement, a quick word of, like, hey, we just going to jumpstart our week. We are going to go strong in our week. We are going to be positive this week. Um, so that's my prayer. That is my prayer that we have a great week. Last week when I ended my video, uh, there were some things that was laid on my heart, and one of the things that was laid on my heart was becoming unstuck. The word was unstuck, like become unstuck. Don't remain stuck where you are. And I don't know how many of you all may be feeling that way. Again, like I said before, sometimes we think of some things, sometimes we want to do some things, and in life, and it may not have come to pass. And we feel like, hey, why am I at this age and I have not achieved the things I wanted to? But God has said to me, hey, you know, if you keep me before you, here I go again with these hands. Forgive me. I believe me, guys. I do own lotion. You get to washing your hands and stuff and things like that. So just, I just got to get in the habit. I'm sorry. Okay, back to my reason for coming on this video. And forgive me for all this moving. I misplaced my stand to hold this phone. So I have to find it. My bad if I'm giving you guys like headaches. Sometimes when the camera's moving too much, sometimes it gives people a little headache. So forgive me um, for a little bit of shaking in this video. But but I just wanted to again just come on today and just give a quick word of encouragement to everyone to jumpstart their week. Um, for me again, God is saying, don't become stuck. And sometimes, and I just heard a video about this, a message, and it was like a confirmation for me, how you can become so consumed with yourself that you kind of just stay in this spin cycle of why me, and you pity yourself all the time, or you see your friends moving along or achieving things in life at a certain age, and you feel like, why I haven't achieved that? Why haven't I moved on like they have? But you know what? You can't worry about what everybody else has done. You haven't walked their path. You don't know what decisions they had to make, but you know what decisions you have to make is whether or not you want to become unstuck. Do we want to move? Are we fearful? I know God has said to me, I haven't given you a spirit of fear, but of love, joy, and a sound mind. So we cannot operate in fear. We cannot operate in in a position of being stuck, and sometimes again we might be just thinking like, hey, I'm so comfortable where I am, but really you're stuck. You're stuck. So God may be calling you. First of all, maybe he's calling you to himself. Maybe for others, maybe he is calling you to move to another position. Maybe he's calling somebody to write that book that he's been laying on your heart to do. um, for others, maybe he's asking you to patch up a relationship. Unforgiveness is, man, unforgiveness can be serious. Whether you know it or not, unforgiveness can do some things to you as a person who's holding a grudge, and you don't even realize it. I mean, if you think about it, somebody did something to you, and as soon as soon as someone mentions that person's name, it just stirs you up. What is that doing to you on the inside? It's keeping you bound, stuck. So you gotta learn to let some things go so you can heal. Some things you gotta let some things go. And people could be like, oh yeah, no, I don't forgave them. But as soon as something is mentioned or reminds you of something, you stirred up. So you're not healed. So you got to learn to let some things go so you can become unstuck. So that's these things I am saying to you guys is the same thing I'm saying to myself. I heard today, um, um, be a good forgetter. Oh my gosh, I got to remember the lady's name. If I can remember her name, I'll mention it next time. But she said, be a good forgetter. And again, these are things that God is is like confirming for me. Like you can't be so consumed with yourself, because if you become so consumed with yourself, you are bound to always see your failure somewhere. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what part of your life you may feel like you have failed in, but when you're consumed with yourself, you always see it. You always see it, and it's like, man, how do I get from point A to point B? So, I just encourage you all to this week, write out some things. I know that's what I'm trying to do for myself as well. Like, write out some things. What do you want to achieve? Do you need a new circle of friends? Do you need to partner with somebody? It's hard to do life sometimes by yourself. It really is. I get that sometimes you have to, um, sometimes you have to step away, and regroup and kind of like reflect and things like that. But it really, you can't do life by yourself. It's really hard to do life by yourself. So maybe you need some people around you that's encouraging, people that is speaking your language. Yes, we should be there to bear each other's burdens. Yes, we should be there to lend a helping hand and have, be that shoulder to be leaned on at times. But you also need people that's going to push you. It's going to push you. So again, it's just reminded me of the verse that God has told me. And I don't know, this this just keeps coming up for me. It just keeps coming up, which is Isaiah 41, I'm sorry, 43, 18, 19. He says, don't remember the past events. Pay no attention to the things of old. Look, he said, look, I'm about to do something new. Even now, don't you see it? Don't you seize it? Indeed, I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. So, our deserts are not to be self pitied and things like that. Yes, you have your moments of crying. I get it, because I was there at times, and sometimes, and still, like I still be going through some stuff sometimes. But um, it is not to be pitied. It is not to think like, oh my God, this is a dead end. It's not. It is not. I know that another verse that came to me was Philippians 3:12, where Paul's talking about, I'm pressing forward. I'm forgetting the things of the past, and I'm pressing forward to the mark. And our mark is Christ. My mark is Christ. I don't know about anybody else, but my mark is Christ, the one who is solid, my firm foundation. So this is the question I have for myself. What is the mark? Like, what is that mark? When you think of a person who's running track, there is an end, right? And their eye is on that. Their eye is pressing towards that, right? So for me, it's like with all of us. We all have goals. We all have things we want to achieve, and there's nothing wrong with that. But how sustainable is it? How sustainable? It's not that just because you're saved and you believe in Jesus Christ that you don't, like, he's just going to pour everything down and you don't have to do nothing. Like, that is not even biblical. Because the word does say a little sleep, a little fold of the hands. Yeah, and then you're going to be poor. So he's not saying be lazy. He's not saying, oh yeah, y'all just rub the magic lamp and then I'm going to just, rain down whatever you want. No, he's not saying that. But what he is saying, like, hey, I am your mark. Look to me. And that's what God has reminded me. Look to me. Look to me. Like, when I think about the things that I want to achieve, Like, how sustainable are some of these things? That's all I'm saying. I can get the promotion. I can get the brand new house. I may get an increase again, like in salary. Who know? Like, that stuff is great. It's wonderful. But really, how sustainable is that to keep me mentally strong, physically strong, spiritually strong? How? Jesus is solid. He never changes. He is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. He is the author and finisher of my faith. He said, without faith, it's impossible to please him. So he is my mark. I literally sat down right before I got on this. I sat down and I asked myself that question, like, what's my mark? Where are my eyes? Again, I mean, Lord knows I would love to. I have a 2015 car. And it's a GMC Terrain. I love my Terrain. I love this car, but guess what? I'm gonna ride that car, drive that car till the wheels fall off. I am not that eager right now to go out and buy me a new car, but I would love to. But right now, I'm just not. I'm good. So as long as God is providing, making me able to be able to take care of it, get it, get the checkups, all this, I'm good. I'm good. You know what I mean? So there are things I want in life, and it's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, like I said, I want a new car one day, but I'm not pressed for it. What I do want to do is I just want to, for me, I want to be in the will of God. I want to know, what is it that you created me for? I don't know if any of you have thought of that question. Lord, why am I here? Sometimes we get up every day, we go to work, 9 to 5, come home, we got responsibilities, kids, married, things like that. Who knows? We have things to do. But why am I here? And if Jesus is my mark, I'm going to be looking to him to guide me. I am looking to him to give me that direction. If he is my mark, I believe he's definitely going to make paths for me to constantly keep seeing him. I can't take my eyes off him. I can't. So, guys, my encouragement to you is just do what you just stop and think about some things. Stop and think about some things on what is keeping me stuck. When I think about Lot and his wife looked back and she turned to a pillar of salt, in her mind, I'm thinking, like, why did you look back? Now she's really stuck. I mean, it's not funny, but yo, she is stuck. She is a pillar of salt. I don't want to be a pillar of salt. I don't want to be stuck. And I don't want age to be a factor for me to say, oh, I can't achieve or I can't move forward. Like, again, that's another lie from the pit of hell. And I'm not settling for that. I'm going to take these steps little by little. I'm going to trust God little by little. I am going to trust him every day. And I'm going to find a word of encouragement for myself. So I hope you do too. I hope you do too. God is not a God that he shall lie. When he speaks a word, he sends it out. It will not return unto him void, but it's going to accomplish what he sent his word out to do. So I hope you guys have a good week. Stay encouraged. Find a friend that you make it encouraged, so we're not so engulfed with ourselves that we, can maybe uplift somebody else. We need each other. Community. So I hope you guys have a great week. Again, I'm trying. It's my third video now. But I'm trying to do these videos at least once a week. And I don't know, I'm just going for it. I'm just going for it. So, but you guys have a great day and an awesome week, and I will see you next week. Bye.